Greetings. Welcome once again to my channel. My name is Monica Buyu. My channel name is Monica Beyond Cancer. I've been away for about 2 weeks, but this has been due to unavoidable circumstances. Some of the circumstances, although I'm not blaming it, there's a saying that goes like, in Nairobi, it does not rain, it pours. So when it poured and wiped away so many things. There was a power outage, like in my general residential area. We had no power for 5 days continuously. And when the power was restored, then again we did not have internet facilities. And we had to wait again for my internet service provider to come and correct the problem. So all in all, I'm happy to be with you here once again. I missed you all during that period. And I'm here again so that we may continue the walk of my journey, my healing journey. So, and before we start on that walk of healing journey, I'd just like to show you a short clip of how my residential area looked like after the rains. Nature has a way of reviving everything. Just with a day or two of good rains, everything turns into lush green. And suddenly there are so many birds around, perched on every single tree, singing and praising God. Have a look at this. I hope you enjoyed that clip. So apart from that, in the course of the week that I was away, I got an invitation to attend a medical camp that was organized by the Kenya National Council for People with Disabilities. The medical camp had been set up at Kahawa Sukari. Kawasukari is an estate within my neighborhood. I live in metropolitan Nairobi in Kenya, East Africa. So on that day, I prepared myself, looking forward to see what they had planned for us. The event was meant to register new members with disabilities, and also the old ID cards for people with disabilities are being phased out, so also for new registration afresh for the new ID cards. When I got to the venue, I got there early enough, and I got and picked my queue number to wait for the services to begin. But as we were waiting for the services, I noticed mothers who had come in with their young children. Some of them had more than one disability, while others had one, but others had multiple disabilities. There were youth also, but the youth that I saw had come in with the hearing challenges. And then there were seniors like me here. Some of us had issues with our limbs. Some had undergone amputation. And various reasons for that caused them walk using walking aids. There were also some youth who had undergone amputation. So we sat patiently to wait for the doctors, because we were informed that the doctors from the government were going to come in, rather than us having to travel like about 30 kilometers away to go and do that registration. They had opted to bring it closer home. So apart from that, in that group, there were personnel from the Ministry of Education who, after getting the children assessed, were going to guide the parents and their caregivers, the caregivers of the children, which institutions the children should be registered in, or they should seek admission in. The government doctors, I think there are about 3 sets of government doctors. One was one that was going to assess people with just physical disabilities like mine, because I walk with a crutch. And the other two were supposed to assess people with mental or developmental disabilities. Unfortunately, the other 2 doctors, the ones to assess the children with the mental and physical disabilities, showed up much later. But the doctor who was going to assess physical disabilities, and that included also hearing impairment, came in, and I got assessed early enough, and I finished. But before I went home, I just chose to sit in the waiting area so that I could interact with the parents and other people who had come in for the assessment and registration. And the waiting area was so full of laughter, so much laughter, and I was wondering, wow, why are these ladies so happy? So I asked them, what is making you people so happy? Can I share in the joke? And they said, yes, welcome. We're actually laughing at ourselves from the way we reacted the first time we were told about the diagnosis of our children. And they would narrate their individual experiences, and they would break up into serious laughter. And, you know, that one also relaxed the whole atmosphere in that waiting area, with all these mothers laughing rather than feeling sorry about their children. They are all just full of laughter, mainly because they have already healed. They have gone through their painful processes and even healed, and now they can laugh about it. They would even laugh about reactions of new parents who had joined their counseling group and were reacting now with anger and disappointment upon diagnosis of their children. So back again to my healing journey process. I was in my ward and undergoing pain management, and also ensuring that I did not get any single infection, either from the wounds or from any part of my body. And to ensure this did not happen, it meant that I was getting a lot of injectable medicine, but some of it also, the reason why I was getting injected was to draw blood samples for continuous lab reviews. Some of the medicine was also being administered via, it was being administered intravenously or via IV. Some medication was also being administered through the abdominal muscles, below the muscles, which also at the end of the day I was trained to do, because when I left hospital I was expected to do some of that for myself. Apart from that also, with all that, all those injections and everything else, one day I looked at my arms and they were full of dots all over, black marks all over my hands, and they looked in my arms. They looked like I had exposed my arms to an army of mosquitoes. So every single part had black dots. And when I showed it to the orthopedic surgeon during his consultation rounds, he empathized with me so much, and really he felt that there was nowhere else that I could be injected. So he prescribed an opioid-based patch for my pain management, and that was they were going to administer it together with some tablets. So the patch was put just below my left shoulder, or let's say, yeah, it was above my heart, that's on my left side, and and above my left shoulder. So it was just there in between. And the patch worked quite well, and I think it was being changed every 3 days. So this now relieved me from the injectable pain management medication. So that's all I have for you for today, and I look forward to the next video. Kindly subscribe, share and comment on my videos. Bye for now.